my wife will let me.
Yeah, so setup-wise, as you can see, this was your lead arm before, kind of, again, tucking in here across your chest and your stomach there, okay? Weak left hand. That grip there is going to cause the club face to aim out to the right. Because of that, you had to create some kind of adjustments in your swing. Now, that taking the club back very hooded and shut, out of the line and very steep. Yeah, kind of got the golf ball to sort of swing a bit more this way, but as a result, could have caused the ball to curve to target, loss of yardage. It would be okay with sort of 7, 8, 9 iron, but with a longer club, you really struggle. And you say in the winter, when you're coming down as steep as we saw you were, hitting the ground's a scary prospect. What do? You miss the ground. And there the top comes in, okay? So what we've got to try and do now is go away from that kind of what we call the capital Y shape that you had kind of there, which is kind of what you said you were trying to do. Put the Mizuno in the middle, put your thumbs on top. So the good thing is you were doing what you thought you wanted to do. So you were doing it. Now we just, okay, right, let's do it this way. You shouldn't find any difficulty adjusting to this, okay? I didn't quite get it to start there, but getting your feet together would be a benefit for me, okay? And we're trying to get a nice straight line from that lead shoulder. Now it's a straight line, not in this way, from sort of a horizontal line there. There will be an angle, but from a face-on perspective,
it does look
the lead
straight,
arm and the club and everything line, and then your right hand underneath. So you can see your shoulders now tilted. More so, as you said, your driver setup.
That is, that's how I'm trying to set
the only change over the driver there now would be the ball position would be
closer to my left heel,
further forward. So there would be your arms there now, and then there. Yeah. So you'd be tilted a bit more. But when you think about it, you still got your right hand underneath your left hand on the grip, or on an iron, haven't you? So therefore, if your right hand's underneath your left hand, your right shoulder needs to be underneath your left shoulder. Whereas this one,
my left shoulder is almost
lower.
Lower
so your left hand now has got to be like this,
So everything I've been trying to do, which is avoid collapsing my left side,
it's created a collapsed left side. It's an annoying game, isn't it?
It is.
All the things I'm trying to do is
I watched something that said avoid collapsing the left. First thing, avoid collapsing the left hand side. Everything else we can sort out.
Exactly.
And now that's created me collapsing my left hand side. Wow.
So there's your setup now, much stronger in the grip. We can see your logo of the glove. So that's going to put the position of that club now coming back more likely to be square. So what we want to see when you do practice with some shots and stuff is the ball basically curving to the left. Because now your club face is going to be square, and the things you put into place to fix the open club face don't need to be there anymore now, but they're going to be. So when you go down the range and hit golf balls, when you go to the range and practice, you don't want to go there and say, I hit 80 golf balls towards a target. You want to go say, I hit 80 golf balls, actually turn right to left in the air. That's the first fix. So you're fixing one stage of the jigsaw, Then, and this is the stuff you can do at home now, which again, when you practice this, if I put a wall up there, again, backswing wise in this case now is pretty good. We get a nice rotation. We obviously can't see the hinge there or the angle of the attack. From here now, you've got to put your left hip on that red line. You can see from here now it never gets to that red line. There's impact. The hands aren't even on the line there. The club's now sort of here somewhere. You're hanging back a bit on that left side, which is something. Also, trail side left as we look. That's something that people who hit the ball left to right will always do to start the ball left.
Right.
And what that will do, it will have a knock-on effect to the low point of your golf swing. So your low point now will be more here. If the ball's there, your low point's going to be here. Now what's going to happen if the low point's there, the club's going to start rising up.
You're going to top
it. Or hit the ground way behind the ball and get a face full of mud and chunk it. And then when you come to the winter, you go, I don't want it in the ground. On a mat, you wouldn't worry about it in the ground behind the ball because it's not a problem. So you can still hit a reasonable goal shot, okay? So you've got to then start thinking, once that ball starts going to the left more, then you're going to practice that shift. So this hip's going to start moving into the wall.
It's not going at all, is it?
No, it just basically pivots and rotates. Okay, now one little sort of caveat to this, when you sort of try to push your hand, we don't try and push the hands like a cricket shot forward. We're just moving the hands and arms just to the wall. Don't try to kind of sort of like covered right, exactly. Because then you start getting your left arm sort of clockwise rotating in sort of like a forehand covered right. Then exactly. So that would be a move you're going to be practicing once the ball starts going left. So basically,
my body that
which if you said, I think you
just
mentioned when you watched that Peter Finch video. So when you're trying to throw a ball, you'd be back here.
Naturally, I would. Everything would go towards the target.
If I said to you, throw a rugby ball, throw a ball. you would just there'd always be a step, which the step in rugby is basically your lateral hip slide.
Yeah.
Obviously in golf we've got to keep our feet on the ground for the most part, so we can't step.
But from there,
we just move that
exactly. Your glutes and your upper legs are where your power are.
You're moving this way towards target to get that club in a position where you can deliver the club to the back of the ball, and that's going to have a knock-on effect both in terms of your angle of attack being less steep.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be coming in the ground like this. You're going to be coming in the ground a bit shallower.
Yeah.
So if you did hit the ground, it wouldn't be as bad of an issue.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You'd be brushing the mat rather than like a knife through butter.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Cool. Yeah. No. Loads.
Good man. Very good.